Hello and welcome back. Surprise! I cut my hair. I have been loving it. I got it cut yesterday and I definitely went a lot shorter, but I think it's a lot of fun and it'll be a fun haircut for spring. Speaking of spring and almost Valentine's Day, so today I figured I better get the rest of the house decorated because Valentine's Day will be here before we know it. So as you can see behind me, I already have my coffee bar station decorated for Valentine's Day. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link for it down in the description box below. But today I'm going to be decorating my entryway, my kitchen, as well as in my living room, including my fireplace mantle. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first start with my entryway and I'll show you what I have to decorate with. Okay, so these are the items that I have set aside to use in the entryway as well as my kitchen. These are things that I've collected via thrifting, estate sales, Goodwill. Some of it is new from big box stores, and I'll kind of explain as I decorate where I got things from, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the entryway first because that is the smallest area that I have to decorate.
All right, so I'm going to start out with this IKEA vase that I picked up when my husband and I were first moving out together. And I just have some dried eucalyptus leaves, and then I'm adding in this sprig of spring foliage. I really liked the colors of those flowers. They're not necessarily Valentine's Day flowers. I really liked the tone of them. And then this pressed flower plate I'm going to use as our catch-all. When we come in, we can put our keys and my husband can put his wallet in there. And then this little candle votive holder is from Goodwill, I believe. And then I'm just going to use this little wooden box as a riser for my twisty candlesticks. I love these for adding some visual interest, especially in the entryway. So I'm just going to pop those down, and we're also going to add in some fun candlesticks to these. I picked up these candlesticks from Crate and Barrel Outlet. They were on clearance, and I really liked how chunky they were. I thought that those were really cool. I hadn't seen something like that before. So I'm going to use those in there. And to my sconces, I'm going to add these really sweet velvet, red velvet bows that I picked up at Michael's. You can find bows anywhere. Bows are trending, so I feel like I see bows everywhere. I almost wish I would have picked these up though in a light pink color, almost to match the candlesticks and my flowers. So I'll definitely be on the lookout for more mauve-y pieces as I'm thrifting this year because I really, really like the light pink tones. I think that I've really gravitated towards a lot of those light pink colors. But here it is all together. I really like it. It's very simple. So we can still, do our outfit checks as we're walking out the door. And then as we head into the kitchen, here's a little glimpse of my coffee bar station again. And on my stove, I have out these really sweet little terrier salt and pepper shakers that I absolutely love. And then our new Our Place pot. And this watercolor picture is thrifted from Goodwill. And here's a good overview of the kitchen before adding all of my Valentine's Day items. I do have a couple of things already set up that I've just kind of put up as I collected them. But heading back over to my stove, I have this really sweet hand towel. This is from a local store in Seal Beach, California. When I saw it, I knew it was perfect because my husband and we got married at a winery called Milagro, which means miracle in Spanish. So I thought that was very fitting for Valentine's Day. And then up to my tool station, I call it. This is where all my utensils are, and I keep my spices and some oils. I'm going to add a few of my red and pink colored cookbooks here. This is one of my favorite ways to display my cookbooks, and I like to switch out my cookbooks seasonally so that I just have something new and fresh all the time to look through. And I am one of those people that read cookbooks. So I do like to have these out all the time. And I'm just putting a bookmark in one of my favorite recipes. That was that raspberry cake that I made during my Valentine's Day treat video. I will also have that linked below if you haven't had a chance to see that yet. I had so much fun baking up some yummy treats for Valentine's Day. And then next to my little caddy with all of my spices, I'm just going to add this little creamer with some of my gold silverware that I picked up at a recent estate sale. And Boogie is wondering why he's wearing clothes inside. Usually I just keep the bandanas and collars and things for when he's outside. So he was a little confused, but he was so cute. I just had to share him with you all. Now this vase is one of my favorites. It is a Goodwill find as well. And I'm just popped in some beautiful tulips from Trader Joe's, as well as this sheer organza ribbon that I picked up at an estate sale. So to my little cake stand, I'm going to add in this accent floral. Michael's has a really good selection of these if you're looking for some. These little scalloped bowls, as well as this copper colander, I both picked up at an estate sale. I really like these for Valentine's Day and spring, and some of you may recall that really beautiful pot that I picked up at one of my recent estate sales as well. Behind my glassware, I'm going to add in this beautiful rose plate that I picked up at Savers. I really liked the image of the rose there. And then this is a cookie mold, and it had some beautiful flowers on it, as well as some little hearts on the handles. So I'm adding that behind my Mexican pottery piece that I have showcased in the center. And then I picked up this wooden heart from Home Goods this year. And I really like how it's contrasted against the darker wood of the tray behind. I really thought that looked cute. And so here's where we're at so far. I'm going to add in this World Market wreath to my wine holder. And these beautiful light pink, I believe they are maybe vintage Pier 1, I picked up at Goodwill. That was such a cool find. And I couldn't believe they were still there, honestly. So I'm so very happy to have them. And I'm going to pop them in front of this acrylic painting that I picked up at an estate sale. Moving down to the shelf below, I have this ceramic cactus that I found at an antique store, but it is actually, I believe, an IKEA piece. I'm just adding a piece of this garland that I had left over from my coffee bar. I cut this garland in two, and this garland is from Michael's. And so I'm just simply tying a knot in the back, and then I'm going to put the extra string inside the little hole on the bottom. Just in case I want to use it for something in the future, I will have that extra string left over. Back over at my utensil station, I am popping in this really cute strawberry spatula that I found at World Market this year, and I found this copper heart at Savers. So I'm just going to add that to a little see-through command hook and call it a day in my kitchen. We're going to move over to my center island, and I am popping down this sweet doily as well as my recent beautiful find from an estate sale, and I just have a bouquet from Trader Joe's inside. And here's how the kitchen looks all together. So heading over to my library, I have just turned around all of my red and pink spine books, and I really like how that looks. And to Nearly Headless Nick, we're going to give him a little accessory because he needs to look right for Valentine's Day. He has a little crush, so we want to make sure he's all set. And I'm going to give him this beautiful organza ribbon, the same that I used on my vase in the kitchen. And I think he looks so handsome. And we can't forget about his lady. For her, I am using one of my bracelets as a necklace, and I think she looks stunning. Next, I'm going to get started on a quick DIY to make a really cute heart garland using these old piano romance music sheets that I found at an estate sale. First step, I'm going to make a quick template using this old Trader Joe's bag that I just had sitting aside. I'm going to draw half of a heart onto the folded edge with a Sharpie. I should also mention, if you wanted to skip ahead to continue on with the decorating portion of this video, I do have the timestamps linked down below in the description box if you'd like to just jump ahead. But I'm going to continue on by cutting out my template, and then we'll get started on selecting some of those love words and phrases from the piano music. So I'm taking a quick look at the piano music and finding sentiments that I like, and I'm just going to place my template over top of those sentiments, and using a pencil I'm going to trace the outline of my template, and I'm going to do that a couple of times. I have estimated that I need about 12 hearts to complete my size of garland, but I definitely could have made more. I only ended up using about 3 of these piano sheets, and I tried to use the back sheet only so I could keep the integrity of the front of the piano music in case I ever want to use those pictures or images as ephemera. I also thought that this craft would be really fun using old romance books or love poetry. I thought that that would be really cool as well. So next, I have already measured out as much twine as I needed to cover the front of my bookshelves, and so I ended up cutting out about 12 hearts, and that ended up being about what I needed. So I'm just going to space them evenly along this twine, and I'm going to place 2 dots of hot glue on the back of each heart. And you'll see here, I just kind of slide the string over top of the heart and place it towards the top of the heart so it stays pretty sturdy on the string. And I'm placing those glue dots over top of that string, kind of dragging it from one side of the string to the other so it fully encapsulates that string. And that actually seemed to be perfect for what I needed it to do. To hang my heart garland, I am just wrapping the string around some clear command hooks on either side of my bookshelf, and I also have one in the center that I'm going to adhere that center heart to. And you'll see I kind of adjust as I see one side is much saggier than the other, so I'm going to do a quick adjustment on that to make them even. And here's the finished look. I really like it. It's very simple. I definitely have some things in mind that I'm going to be thrifting for, including a different picture for this area. This is an embroidery that I usually have hanging in our bedroom, so I'd like to swap that out with a really beautiful like flower image. But moving over to my mantle, I picked up this garland with the little red berries from Michael's. It was only $4. It was on severe clearance from their Christmas collection, and I thought it would be perfect for Valentine's Day. It's not too full, it's a little bit sparse, but I like that because I'm going to be layering on another garland that I picked up from Michael's this year. It's this really sweet heart garland. These hearts have a velvet fabric on the front and they're stuffed. They're just so cute, and I thought that they would look perfect layered on top of this green garland. So that's what I'm doing here. And I really, really love how this turns out. I think it's so, so darling. I did have some twinkle lights I probably could have added here as well, but that's okay. This decorating day, I just kept things pretty simple. So yeah, I really like it. Next, to the top of the mantle, I'm going to add in some of these tiny red encyclopedias I picked up during Christmas time from an estate sale. And then the other books that I have, I'm just going to show the page side of the books because I didn't think they were quite the right red to match the bright red of my heart garland. So that's why I'm using a lot of the pages on some of these vintage books, vintage and antique books, I should say. But I really like how it looks with just the little pop of red in the center. And then I'm going to hold these up with these really sweet bookends that I picked up at Goodwill probably 2 years ago. They're little Scotty dogs and they're gold. And I really like the look of little Scotty dogs, well, all year, but especially during Valentine's Day. There's something about a Scotty dog during Valentine's Day. So I definitely wanted to showcase these on my mantle, and I just think they're perfect. And next, we're going to start adding in some of my brass candlesticks. I love these. These stay out year round. They're so versatile. I definitely recommend picking up some brass candlesticks whenever you're at Goodwill or any thrift store really, or estate sales. But it's a great place to find them. You could also probably find dupes of these on Amazon if you're looking for just a quick fix. But yeah, I'm just going to add those on either side, and to those, I'm going to add some upcycled velvet ribbon that I received on a package from my best friend for Christmas. So I just cut it up into little strips, and I'm going to tie it on to the base of my candlesticks. You'll see in just a moment here. But I did not have enough to make little bows out of, but that's okay. I just tied them on and they looked really cute regardless. And so this was a little bit therapeutic. I just took my time and just wait till it all comes together. The art I selected for my frame TV is called Blooming Poppies by Olga Weisinger Florian. I just love it. I am so pleased with how my mantle turned out. I always love decorating this space, and I think it's just perfect for Valentine's Day, and the reds and the pinks in the picture really just brought everything together. To my coffee table, I'm adding in this really cute love letters tin that I found at a recent estate sale. And then I'm going to add this really cute doily placemat, and that is going to be the anchor for the rest of my pieces. I'm also going to set down this really beautiful coffee table book. This is Flower Recipes, and it has all different ways that you can make flower arrangements. And on top of that book, I'm adding this basket that I picked up at an antique store. And I also found it fitting to add these glass heart coasters because the theme of my Valentine's Day for my husband and I this year is game night. So we will be playing card games and probably making a pizza or a charcuterie board and sitting around this coffee table and just enjoying each other's company. So we're going to set those down. And then for my candle of choice, I picked up the most lovely smelling candle called Self-Care Sunday, which is also just a really great way to remind us to take care of ourselves during Valentine's Day. But this smells like a spa, and I love it.
Never felt time like I do now. I never wanted it so much to stay. I never knew love before you, and now I'm trying to hold on in every way. So when I'm scared, you bring me courage. And this love, it's a terrifying thing. But when you call me, I'll answer. And if you need someone to hold your hand, when you're lonely, I'll be there. I will give you everything, everything I am. Well, it's your smile when we're dancing that brings me back to who I am.
Well, that's everything for today. I had so much fun decorating my space for Valentine's Day. If you would like to stick around for the long haul and see more thrifting, baking, and decorating videos, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!